Hello everyone, this is Krzentz. I'm here with Sarah Fenwick. Is that how you say it?
That is.
All right, tell us about yourself. I know you are a jazz singer in Cyprus and you are right in my neighborhood in the Ayos Antonios area, Krzentz, Xaniero. What's the address again? What number is it?
Krzentz, Xaniero 35.
All right, tell us about yourself. When did you start singing jazz?
I started singing jazz professionally. I started singing in 1992 in Cyprus, and just before that, when I was in the States studying, I was singing in a gospel band. Also, I guess that was the start of my career.
And you are half Cypriot, right? Tell us about your background.
Yes, I'm half Cypriot and half English. My father's from England, and my mother's from Nicosia.
And you do speak the Greek Cypriot language, right?
Yes, I speak Greek. Greek. It's not very good, but I speak it.
Now tell us about this place here. When did you open it, and how often do you perform, and what's on the agenda every night?
Okay, so Sarah's Jazz Club opened in April 2017, so not very long ago, about 6 months ago. And the aim was to contribute to the quality acoustic music that's in Nicosia, which is the capital of a European Union member state, which didn't have a jazz club, in fact. So we actually got a lot of support from the municipality to open the jazz club in what is actually the first official jazz club license that has been granted in Cyprus, in any of Cyprus's municipalities. So the idea is, because we have a lot of talent in Cyprus, as far as jazz is concerned and as far as music is concerned in general, the idea is to support it and to promote it, and it's the culmination of my life's work, because I've been a jazz singer for a very long time now. It's something I love. I love jazz music, I love blues music, and I love good music in general.
Great, and you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
You're doing an amazing job. Tell us about some of the people you're working with and who actually perform here. I know you got some big names here from all over the world.
Well, we were concentrating on the Cypriot jazz musicians at this point, although eventually the plan is to build bridges with jazz musicians from abroad. We have had great jazz musicians from Cyprus playing here. Haris Ioannou, Ioannis Fafeas, Marinos Neophytou, Tassos Stylianou very recently. There are many names have been performing, and on the jazz singers, Ioanna Troulidou, Sarah so far, she just had a concert here, so she lives in Cyprus, even though she comes from Belgium. She's been living here for many years, so we consider her to be part of the scene here. People like Alice Ayvazian, Yana Gutsu, these are jazz singers now on the local scene. So what we want to do is support these local musicians who are extremely qualified, they're very good, and we have coming up Alexander Ragatzis. His quartet is going to be playing on Friday here. Every other Wednesday we host a jazz party and jam session. And the jam session is chaired by Haris Ioannou, the saxophonist. And we get a lot of musicians coming through here, especially Cypriot musicians who are maybe living abroad now. But during holidays they come home, they need a place to play. And I remember one of those particular people who lives now in New York and has been for many years, coming back to me and saying, after his performance in the jazz club, saying thank you very much, because we finally have a real jazz club in Nicosia, which made me feel very good. It's something we want to contribute. We believe in the quality of the jazz musicians in Cyprus, and it's something that's needed. The audience have really welcomed it. I mean, the feedback that I'm getting is overwhelmingly positive. They are saying that they really appreciate it, chance to come by, relax, and enjoy good music.
And another thing is, this place is always packed. I come from the outside like at night. How do people can reserve a seat here can they do it like online? Do you have like a website and just give us the address or the exact number they can call to reserve if it's not like a private number? Because this is all over the world, the video.
Yeah, so that you can reserve online with our booking form, which is on the website, which is sarahsjazzclub.com. Sarah with an H.
Correct.
And
you're on Facebook too as well, right?
Yeah, on Facebook via our Facebook page. It's Sarah's Jazz Club. You can search for it and find it. Also on the number of 95147711. That number will you can send an SMS and your reservation will be automatically made.
We're going to include all that information underneath the video here so people can contact you. And last question, do you have any message from the people watching around the world about your work here or your message like about jazz or anything you want to tell anybody that is watching this from, say, from America?
Yeah. So my message is jazz is beautiful music. Please support it wherever you live. The jazz musicians would really appreciate it, and that's really coming from the heart.
Very good, thank you. Last thing, I want you to show us a little bit the place here.
Yeah, sure.
And this was the stage, by the way, that we just filmed.
This is the stage.
We just interview and then show us around. I know it's closed today, it's Sunday night, but there's nobody here. But usually this place is jam-packed. And this is the bar right here, right?
This is the bar, and then around here we have the stairs going up to the art gallery.
Oh, you have an art gallery up there?
We usually have art events. I'll just turn on the lights. If you want to come upstairs.
Yeah, let's go upstairs and...
We have artists every couple of weeks or so.
Oh, wow.
We also want to support artists, especially those ones that are working with music, to inform their art. Young artists as well, and it's a good combination.
I'm going to show the club from up here.
Yeah, it's a good combination.
Wow, this is really impressive. I like the colors, and that's the stage right over there.
We love colors.
Yeah, I can see. And how do you like over here? Now, how do you like it in Cyprus so far? This jazz thing going on. Is it you getting good vibes from people? I know you're getting a lot of good reviews.
Very good vibes, and it's very exciting to see live jazz in other venues as well now, much more popular. Because I did want to start a movement. I did want to start a movement for jazz because, in a way, it's probably going to be like the 100-year anniversary of very popular jazz music. 1920 is when it started to become very popular during the jazz age, and we're coming up now to 2020. So I have a feeling that we need jazz. We need its values of peace, of good vibes, of creativity, of cultural, intercultural communication, all the colors of the world to come together in jazz, musically speaking. I mean, you've got a big marriage between African music and classical music in the West. It's really a standard for how we could live in the world. We could live in this beautiful harmony and color that gives us hope in a world that's really full of very difficult situations, full of war, full of poverty, and yet it's us who makes a difference.
Correct, yeah.
We're the ones who can make a difference.
And especially with music, I believe this is a very powerful tool to communicate our message and also do something about it.
I agree. And jazz as well, it's got a lot of combined cultures. And you see what can happen when you combine a culture with another.
Right.
On an artistic level. you have an explosion of creativity. And when you have this explosion of creativity, it provides more understanding about the other culture. You can see the common ground for friendship and for collaborations. A lot of the collaborations we have in the jazz world are intercultural. Different cultures coming together. They have a musical idea that they combine with another one. They hear a melody that they in another person's culture, and this is what keeps jazz alive. It's why it's survived for almost 100 years. It's this dynamic constantly feeding into it. Different influences from different countries, different musical ideas. It's all jazz. It's just heard in different ways. You have an American sound to jazz. You can have a European sound to jazz. You can have an ethnic sound to jazz. It's really kept alive by the inventiveness of the musicians involved, and that comes from different musical ideas that they hear from other musicians in different cultures.
Exactly, it's a global thing. It's not an American thing or a British thing or Cyprus is a global thing, and I think in Cyprus you're doing a fantastic job with this club.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone here watching this video, if they ever come to Cyprus, to come and visit your club in Nicosia. It's right downtown in the Ohi Square. Very, very convenient place. Yeah, just don't forget to reserve your table or your seat first. All right, Sarah, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
And it's a wrap.